because we're talking about previews. We got a ton since the last time we talked about them. Last time I got to be live, we had a ton happen. We've gotten a lot of previews. We've had an online provisional. The curse is still here, not broken. I'm the 5-3 king, bow to my royalty. But more importantly, and most importantly, we've got set 3 previews. We get to talk about the new stuff. We get to talk about it. So with that, let's go ahead and rock it. Oh, as you can see, I'm 5-3. Let's talk about it. I'm just gonna jump in. Because I got a lot of stuff to do over here on twitch.tv/TamCardwell today. Ectoplasm clones. 4-3. We can start off with the the pro heroes, the teachers of the school. Ectoplasm clones. It's a 4-3, 2 high for 3, 2 mid block right off the gate. This card sucks. A 4 diff. That's a 2 high for 3. Abysmally statted. Oh, what's this? Ally Fury feels amazing with the Chaos Order water symbols for Coda, and then this Neato static. You can have up to 8 copies of this card in your foundation in your deck. Excuse me. That's cool. How neato. This card's trash. This card sucks. Let's hope these enhances fix it. Ectoplasm enhance. This attack gets +1 damage, period. And your next check to play an attack gets +1, period. So that's cool in Ectoplasm. It's a 4 diff, 2 high for 4 that doesn't count towards progressive. And you get to go pick another one up because we get to have so many in our deck. That makes sense, right? He says destroy foundation, go grab one. And then enhance this attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each copy of Ectoplasm clones in your card pool. This card, I'm sold. This card gets massive. If you can string these out as Ectoplasm, right? I see like 3 or 4 of these. These hit like an absolute truck. They're all high zone, so Giant Bite Detention is good. This is at minimum, right? A 3 high for 4 inside of your card pool, minimum. And then in Ectoplasm, it gets an extra damage, so it's a 3 high for 5 on a 4 diff that says the next one it gets +1 to your check. And then you just go pick up another one, which means the next one is a 3-4 damage move, 5-6 damage move on a 5 diff that gets -1. This thing scales so exceptionally well. The more of these that you can find in your card pool, the better. And the fact that they are commons is really, really neat. I think this is going to be very much an idea of like how we make budget lists under these 3 symbols now, as I think you can easily just slam 8 copies of Ectoplasm clones in your deck. Yeah, this is on Uwabami symbols, right? I think she's got Chaos. Of course, I mean, I know she has at least water, right? Yeah, Uwabami I think likes this card a lot too, right? You're right, Lenoko. Yeah, this card's neat. I'm gonna go grab this real quick. We'll move on. Quick draw McGraw. It's a 4-3, 4 mid for 4 with a 1 mid block. Quick draw. It's got air, chaos, and death, all of his symbols. Ranged weapon, enhance, add 1 card from your rival's discard pile to the top of their deck, period. Enhance the next time your rival loses health during this attack, draw 1 card. So, obviously, the play inside of Snipe is you just take and you add an attack card to the top of their deck, and then you mill the attack card off, and then they lose 2 health, and then you draw a card. You draw a card because they lost health, right? There's the obvious play, right? The non-obvious play, right, is you mill with Snipe, and then you stack the 3, and you've given your move +2 speed. Because they're checking a 3, right? And they now have to do that math, right? Especially if they don't have a way to draw cards. This card is a double-edged sword, though. This card is a double-edged sword, though, right? Because like if they have any sort of draw power on their board, then they don't get to do this, right? Like you just don't get to do this. It's just like maybe we draw a card, and this is a pretty mid attack. Like in Snipe, we get to make it do damage. We always get to draw the card off of it. But like this card's fine. It's fine as an uncommon. I think it only ever sees play in Snipe. I think it'd be really hard pressed to do it. This will make me not play 1-checks. No, your weak will is what will not let you play 1-checks. This card has nothing to do with that. This card has nothing to do with your weak will. We'll move on. Vocal Discord. 4-3, 2 low block, 2 low for 5, charge ranged. It has Chaos, Fire, good. Enhance, discard the top 2 cards of your rival's deck. Remove the top card of your rival's deck, period. I hate this card. Fuck this card. Actually, on God, fuck this card. This card's lame. This card's so lame. And then your attack gets a speed for every 4 foundations in your rival's discard pile. Ugh. I hate this card. This card has 2 of my least favorite things going for it. Maybe I just don't like President Mike. I love President Mike as a character in the anime. They're doing him so dirty in the card game. At least for me, right? He's annoying. He's so annoying. He mills me and he makes me keep track of what's in my opponent's discard pile. My opponent, as soon as they see Vocal Discord, they have to start counting their discard pile. That takes so much time, chat. That takes so much time. That takes so much time. Ugh. Yeah, I like President Mike. I don't like that this card like forces my opponent to keep track of their discard pile. I honestly don't even necessarily care about this enhance. Right? I discard the top 2 cards of my deck to remove the top card of my rival's deck. I think that's neat. That's actually really cool for both President Mike 1 and 2. But, like, a speed for every 4 in the rival's discard pile sucks. It does combo with yeah. You're right, Palindrome. Yeah, this card does combo with yeah. It is a low. Right? You go discord, yeah, and you just mill them out. That's hype. My dream is to mill out TamCardwell once in my life. You'd have to play the game for that to happen. Next, we've got Hype Man. It's a 2/5, 2 high block. It's got the same symbols as the last one, right? These are all President Mike 2 cards, yeah? President Mike 1 had life here? Question mark? Enhance your turn. Commit both players. Discard the top card of the deck if both cards were non-attack cards. Ready this foundation. Period. Yeah. That's annoying, but not that great. Truthfully. And then response flip : after a rival plays an ability that discards any number of my momentum, cancel it. Play ball committed. Seen this word again. Cancel it. We're seeing more cancels come into the game. Things are getting less safe to play. I love the word cancel it. This might be incredible. I think this might be one of the best side cards we could have in a momentum heavy deck, right? Like under Chaos, we've got like Denki 2, right? Under Chaos, you've got like Ochako, right? These characters that are like really heavily dependent on their momentum. This response is going to be all over in the sideboard. The other big thing, right, is this card just hard counters Jiro, right? This card hard counters Jiro. Yeah, I'll commit this foundation. You stack some stuff. I'd love to see what that is. Hey, I want to peek. What up? You get 2 of these out, Jiro's not a character anymore. They just don't exist. I'll commit my 2 resources. Your character can fuck off. This card's good. This card's very, very good for being an uncommon. Yeah. These are the 4. Jiro can also run it. True, she can. She can and say I don't want to use mine. These are the 4 cards that we have for the pro heroes. So my question is, chat, do you like the kit? Do you like the 4 cards that got previewed? Obviously, they're not necessarily all a kit, right? They all technically have the chaos symbol, yeah? Chaos. I mean, it's a good thing that Chaos is getting all this love because it doesn't have the starter deck, right? 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for meh. My thoughts are, I'm a little meh on these cards. I think Ectoplasm Clones is cool. I think this card is bad. I think this card is just not for me, and I think this card is really, really good. I think this card is gonna be a 2 of in a lot of sideboards. Truthfully, yeah. I think I'm leaning towards meh. I think this card actually saves it from being bad. If Hype Man didn't exist, if they just showed these 3 cards, I'd say these were bad. In comparison to everything we've seen so far, right? Niche, really cool for 1 character. Niche, really cool for 1 character. Niche, really cool for 1 character. Good for everybody. Good for everybody, and hates on Jiro. And I hate Jiro. yeah, it's good stuff. Good fun stuff. We will move on. We've got the smallest card of all time. We've got Zipline Dart. This was previewed the first day of the provisional that we had this past weekend. Zipline Dart. It is a 5/3 4 mid for 5 charge slam tech. Love these keywords. Love the slam keyword on this. That's neat. It's a 2 high block. It's got Hatsume 1 symbols. All evil life. Enhance if you have 1 or more assets in your state. This deck gets +2 speed. Excuse me, it's just a 5 diff 6 mid for 5 in Hatsume. It's a 5 diff 6 mid for 6 in Hatsume if you flip 1 foundation. It's a 5 diff 7 mid for 7 if you commit the asset. It's a 5 diff 7 mid for 7? These are Aoyama stats. That's nuts. And then enhance your next slam tech or weapon gets +2 speed. So the next one just gets even faster, so you can pile it on. Yeah, this card's great. This card's super, super good. I don't know if it takes the slot that Wire Arrow has, right? Because it's got that this 2 high block. I think if it had a mid block, I think I'd be way more inclined to play this card, truthfully. Wire Arrow is just like such a good tech piece, specifically under these 2 symbols, just because of the access to Excited for Blood and being able to loop your Wire Arrows. Like you Wire Arrow, you hit with it, you pick you stack a Wire Arrow, you pick it up with Excited for Blood. I'll pay my 2 and then grab a move. Like I think that's really, really cool. The fact this card doesn't have the weapon keyword is interesting because it says that your next slam tech or weapon gets +2 speed, and we can't combo it inside of these staff strike decks, right? So our staff strikes still stay kind of average. I think if this card had the weapon keyword, I actually think this card would see a lot of play inside of the all life staff strike decks. This card is interesting in like a Stain 1. It doesn't get the speed whatever from Stain, but like if you have an asset, it just gets speed, right? So it's a 6 mid that they have to deal with, probably more because of the asset, like giving it the extra +1/+1, and then you hit them with it, and it says your next weapon it's faster, the next one gets whatever. Charge for Life Ochako, yeah. Charge for Life Ochako, and you get to home run Comet deck. Yeah, that's cool. That's neat. I like that. Yeah, this card could easily see some play. It's a common. That's cool. Confident Inventor. It's a 2/5 with a 3 mid block. All her abilities again. Enhance your tech attack gets +1 damage, period. That's very good. I think this is very good. Oh, wait, is this mid? You're right, Lanoko. This is a mid attack for Yuga. Ooh. We'd have to play assets, though. What assets do we get? I mean, under Yuga has the evil symbol, right? So, like, evil mid attacks. Interesting. I like that, Lanoko. I like that a lot. We'll move on. Confident Inventor, 2/5 3 mid block. Tech is +1 damage, period. Just a good ability. That's just good. That's just good. Just like spammable +1 damage is fantastic. And then enhance, destroy or remove 1 foundation, add 1 asset from your discard pile to your hand. This card is great at going and finding a block, right? This card inside of your Hatsume deck, whenever they get rid of your assets, you just get to go pick them back up. Inside of your non-Hatsume decks, right? This is how you go and you find your box full of babies in order to do it. You get rid of 2 foundations to go pick up an asset. The tutor ability is good, but it's highly costed. Under 2 of these symbols, we have to run a Precious Lesson to rebuild that foundation back, right? But there are ways to mitigate this high cost with proper deck construction. So a lot of people have seen this cost and been like, I'll never touch this card. But I think with proper deck construction, I think you're okay. Are we counting playing Ayama 2 as good ideas now, Lanoko? I mean, any character that like gives free stats, right? Paying health is not that high of a cost. Can be good under the right circumstances. So, every character in this game is good. They just don't have the cards out yet to make them good, right? Everybody's playable, right? Yeah, I think this card's fine. This card's neat. I don't know if it's a 4-of, just because this ability is not necessarily needed at a 4-of, and this ability is not good enough to be a 2/5 3 mid block, right? There's like a 2/5 1 mid block with this top ability. I could see playing it at a 4-of, but like there's other things you can do. And last one, showing off. Now this card though, it's a 2/4 2 low block Got the symbols. Enhanced commit if your attack speed or damage is at least double its printed value. This attack does not count towards progressive difficulty for the rest of the combat phase, period. Enhanced commit, this thing doesn't count as progressive, is insane. That's very good. That's very, very good. If you've got like big long strings, right? Which as Hatsume, right? Hatsume with like the ability to like accidentally put +4 damage on her stuff, right? You can flip one foundation and then commit showing off and then say this one doesn't count and then play another move. And then you flip the committed showing off to say this one doesn't count and then you commit another showing off, right? Like there's lots of really cool things that you get to do with showing off. Technically you can do this with on your opponent's move. Oh, it says if your attack speed or damage is at least double. Just kidding. I thought it said of this attack because it does say this attack does not count as progressive. So I thought you could make your opponent's thing not count as progressive. You've heard of Breaker 1. Have you heard of Breaker -1? You'll stun me a resource and you don't count towards progressive. You're welcome. But no, this card's really, really good. This card's actually really, really cool in something like funny enough, like Asui 2, right? You enhance commit Asui on like a frog kick, and you say that frog kick doesn't count towards progressive, or you say that something doesn't count towards progressive, right? Or frog kick hits, and the next thing gets +3 speed, and then you Asui, and the next thing gets +5 speed, and then you say that the whatever. Like there's schmoves with this card for sure. You just gotta find them. Yeah. But how you guys feel? Do you like the kit? Zipline Dart, Confident Inventor, showing off. Realize the big thing about this with this kit is the fact that like none of these are ultra rares, right? They're like commons and rares. The fact that this is a rare is like a little hurts it a little bit. But like these aren't ultra rares, and so like you just gotta keep it at that, right? And so you have to temper your expectations based on that. I have to take my hoodie off. I'm getting warm. Yeah, all in all, I think these are very mid ideas. Yeah, there's some neat stuff that you can do about it, but I think there's already stuff out there that's a little bit better. I mean, showing off obviously the showcased card, but it's very, very niche. It's very, very niche. Yeah. Now we're getting to the real stuff. Let's talk about Blue Flame Spiral, huh? Or Blue Flame Palm Strike. It is a 5/3. 5 mid for 3 damage. It's a 2 high block. It's got all of Dabi 1 symbols, powerful 3, and punch. Even though the martial artist in me is screaming that a palm strike is not a punch. It's the difference between this and this. But that's okay. That's all right. I didn't make the cards. I'll just scream about it until I'm blue flame in the face. Let's talk about the enhanced, though. Enhanced, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add the revealed card this way to your momentum and discard the rest. This card's like a little crazy, huh? This card's like really good. Like really, really good. Let's talk about everything we get to do with this card, huh? With this card, we can choose to take and on the face have a 5 mid for 3 that steals you a momentum, and it's a 5 mid 3 damage move, so I don't want to block it, and so I'm just it's gonna give me a momentum at the end of my turn. Or it's a 5 mid for 3 that gives me a momentum and self-fuels its own powerful 3. So it's a 5 diff, 5 mid for 6. Just out the gate. Now let's talk about, as Jace has brought up, you just get to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck so they're now face up in public. You get to add in Jolt, you get to add in Shower, you get to add in Barrier, Zero Gravity Barrier, right? You get to add in Lift, right, Jace? Like, you get to add in all of these crazy face-up momentum things, not to mention if they ever print a face-up momentum on any of these symbols, you just get to slam them. And now let's go one more further, right? This card, I believe, shares 3 symbols with Shigaraki 2. I know it has Chaos and Death, and I'm pretty sure it has Fire. Is that true? Or maybe it has Evil. It shares at least 2 symbols with Chaos. It's Evil. Okay, so it's got Chaos and Death, right? This card is, this card says, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add a momentum. I'll choose not to pump the damage with the powerful. I'll hit you with it. I'll commit a foundation, give up another momentum. This card all by its lonesome represents 3 momentum in that character. 3. That's insane. And that's no pumping, that's no whatever, right? You just get to like just slam momentum into your slam momentum, or slam cards in your momentum. It's so powerful on a lot of characters. I know we don't get to use the powerful 3, but in Denki 2, it's here. Remove all the attacks. Yeah, you get to just remove them all or remove all your cards. It says card, not attack. You can block and then remove it from the card pool as well. Yeah, it's some really, really cool stuff. We'll move on. Twisting Azure Inferno. 5/3, 2 mid block, 4 mid for 4. For an ultra rare, that's kind of bad, chat. For an ultra rare, this stat lineup is not that great. This is not blowing my hair back at all. Charge ranged. Enhanced if this attack's damage is 7 or greater. For the rest of your turn, check skip +1, and your rival's checks to play block skip -1. We don't have to print any more cards, or any more words on this card. This card is already great. This card says that this card, if it gets to 7 damage, which is easy in Dobby if you play it second, right? I play a move, I play Twisting Inferno. It gets a +3. All of your things get harder to play. All of my things get easier to play. Oh, I'll play another Inferno. All right, all of your things get harder to play by 2. All of my things get easier to play by 2. If I have any sort of card pool clearing, like, I don't know, we already talked about Shigaraki 2, that check stays, right? It's not like this card doesn't count as progressive, like a Crone Frog, and then you Crone Frog leaves and you've wasted the ability. This card just like lets you scale hard and hard and hard. And that's not even talking about the fact that this response says after you play an action, this attack gets +2 damage. Wow. Wowzers. This card's super crazy good. I mean, its one downside is you have to get its damage to 7, right? Which is a little hard, but there are plenty of characters to get us there, right? So like under Fire and Chaos, obviously we have Tokoyami, and Tokoyami gets the bonus of using the action, right? We have access to Nomu under Death gets to take and just make this an 8 damage move, and so it's 8 damage plus. Plus Ultra also lets you get there. Plus Ultra sick. Ojiro 1 lets you get there. There's under Fire. This is a ranged move. Your Fire Todoroki 1 pops off with this card, right? It says that all of your Sugar Rushes get bonus stuff. All of your Go for the Wins get bonuses. All of your Evil Gazes get bonuses. You have Endeavor, who's really good. Kirishima 2 plus a single damage pump, right? Kirishima 2 plus 1 homage says that I get to just chain out forever. I just get to do whatever I want. There's a lot that I think that this card is instantly on my watch list. Because the idea of the rest of my checks get +1. The big thing about this card, honestly, and this is where it's at. If you have any sort of draw power on the fire symbol, right? If you have any sort of draw, right? It has the fire symbol. If I have a momentum, man, if only there was an easy way to get a momentum, right? If I had a momentum, I could play this, and then I could take and play this, and if I have any draw, right? Any bonus draw, I play as a form, I play Capture Evildoers, and I just clear my card pool. This +1 of my check stays. And then I have a clean card pool with +1 of my check. And I just keep rolling, right? I think like this combination of like grab a momentum inside of something like an All Might 2 is going to be really cool. Grab a momentum, this thing get +2 damage. It's a 5 mid for 5. If you I will discard my momentum and draw a free card. If you don't block my 5 mid for 5, I'll get to draw an additional card. Oh, you did block my 5 mid for 5? Okay, well then this is now a 4 mid for 6. I'll then discard my top 4. 8, now it's a 4 mid for 8. Hey, I've got +1. You got -1. I've got plus. Like, there's some stuff. There's some stuff we get to do with Twisting Azure Inferno that just like lets us string out nice and big. Make as Sam Tate would put it, make a mockery of our card pool. And we haven't even gotten to my favorite card of that was revealed this day. This was day 2 of the provisional, and that card is Conflict of Ideologies. I am calling it now. This is the most underrepresented card in the format. I'm calling it now. I think this is the most impactful rare that we'll have. Conflict of Ideologies is a 2/5 with a 3 mid block response commit. It's got Death, Evil, Order. Stunning, absolutely beautiful symbol spread. It's got half of both of their symbols, right? They both share evil. One of them has order, one of them has death. Mwah. Beautiful design. Beautiful. I'm so proud of you, design. This is so cool. Response commit. After your attack deals damage, freeze one rival, asset, or foundation. I get to pick. I cannot tell you how good that is. I actually can't tell you how good that is, and this card will be a staple of every control deck for all of these symbols. Response commit, the thing that I choose doesn't ready is nuts. The only saving grace about this is it doesn't say commit and freeze, right? That card already has to be committed. Can you imagine how good this card's going to be in Sato 1? The order symbol, excuse me. I'm going to Searing Glacial Storm, right? I'm going to Searing Glacial Storm. I'm going to put you back down to 5 foundations. And then I'm going to play a stun 1 move. And the 4 foundations that I kept are just 4 conflicts. I'm going to play a move, and I'm going to commit your board out because I'm obviously Todoroki too. I get plus stun. I hit you with my throw attack, and I'll pick all 4 of those they don't ready. Hey, skip your turn on turn 4. I'll build 3 pass. You have 1 foundation. You don't get to swing back at me. You don't get to do that. Oh, they're going to stay committed for my turn? Huh. Well, I guess then I'll just, like, draw a card, and then I'll play another move. Well, I guess I'll stun. Oh, my Jolt hit you? Yeah, I'll tap. Hey, commit those 4 again. Skip another turn, though. Oh, you chose not to block? I'll flip, and here's 8 damage. Oh, Dinky won? Right? There is so much. I mean, they were just talking about the order symbol, right? There's so much that gets to happen on all 3 of these symbols that this response, skip your turn, or, yo, that card right there is going to kill me on your turn. Turn it off, right? We're in deadlock. And you have a pull no punches. Freeze it. Absolutely not. You don't get to have that card. No. No, you don't get that one. No, freeze that committed, pull no punches. It's over. Huh. And not to mention, it turns off assets too, right? It's now 3 more cards that get to turn off assets if my opponent uses them. So good. This card's so good. And then response flip after your Fury attack is not blocked. Your rival loses 2 health. Period. I don't know if you guys have ever played Standard, but there was a card in the game called Bang that was a response after your opponent doesn't block this move. It's an action. You play it out of your hand. You burn 3 and then draw a card. This is Bang that you don't have to hold in your hand. This is a Bang that you get to just hold on the table and look at your opponent and be like, hey, you better block all of these, right? These take, hey, do you remember whenever Jolt, like the best thing to do to Jolt was to put it down to 0 damage and then not block it? Actually, I'll burn you for 4 still. Hey, you actually died. Sorry, man. This thing can kill you. This can kill you. If I'm swinging a 4 damage move and you're at 6 health, this kills you. This kills you. I know Jolt is a Fury. I know Jolt is a Fury. I'm speaking hyperbole, right? Like the idea of like putting a move down to 0 so I don't have to lose my card in my hand, right? This says things like resistance is way worse, right? Hell, you resistance and you put me down to 1 damage, I'll just commit them and I'll freeze them, right? You don't get to do that again. Knock it off. This card is so good, chat. This card's so good. All 3 of these cards are going to see a ton of play. A ton of play. But I don't want to hear my opinion on it, right? I don't want to hear my opinion on it. This is where it's at. Jace, you do have to not block. It does say not blocked. Yeah. Hope you have a 3 mid. Right. When Shiggy plays Decaying Grip. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Man, I can tell you that this is snap a 4 of in all of my Bakugo decks. Snap a 4 of. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? I get to flip this, burn you for 2 on my next attack, blow it up, and hit it for another 2? Nuts. I think this card's. I think all 3 of these cards are sick. I think this card actually makes Shigaraki 2 live, like the most live of all time. Same thing with like a fire. If there's like a fire punch, like All Might that we can play, All Might 2. And then Twisting Azure Inferno is just gonna like make combo decks like super alive. I think this card instantly puts Tokuyami on the watch list. I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous about it, chat. I am nervous. This 7 damage is a bit of a tall order, right? Because but it does give like bonus stats. Like all of my evil gazes are +2/+2 now. Yuck. Inferno plus double jab is dumb. Yeah, it can be. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there are some schmoves. First impression? First impression? Ben is. First impression doesn't have chaos? Are you thinking first day of class or whatever? The Ochako card? Ochako definitely has both these symbols, right? But first impression does not have chaos. The one that says flip plus if this is your first move +3. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, it looks like you guys are big fans of this kit, and I completely and totally agree with you. I think all these cards are very good. We'll move on. Stun Grenade. 4/3. Now we're talking Bakugo 1, baby. Look at those symbols. Air, death, and fire. That's my boy. 4/3, 2 high block, 4 mid for 4. Fury, powerful 2, stun 1. He very much wanted these 2 keywords. Enhance. This attack gets +1 to stun rating for every attack that's left your card pool this turn, period. Wow. That's really good. That's really good. It says that like late in the string, I get to play. I essentially have my own heroic punch, right? Heroic Punch is the Midoriya card that says it gets +1. My opponent commits 1 for each punch in my card pool, and this card says that it's stun rating. It's for every card that you've blocked, essentially, right? There's also every attack that's left my card pool. So doing things like Capture Evildoers, right, Lenoko, or Nitro Explosion Ignition, Heroic Strike. Heroic Strike. You're right. The new 1-check action that just says clear my card pool. I'll discard momentum, remove all these cards from my card pool. I'll draw my 2 cards. Oh, stun grenade. Hey, commit 3 though. Boop. Nuts. How cool. And then enhance. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Fury attack revealed this way to your hand. Discard the remaining cards. Period. This is exceptional, obviously, because we've got a bunch of if discarded then cards under all 3 of these symbols. We get to play burst speed. I would totally play a stun grenade burst speed cycle deck like this. Like that seems really good now, right? Like this combined with like double front beatdown combined with stun grenade under the like the fire symbol, right? I'm just getting cards off the top of my deck during the enhanced step, and then just like I'll Sugar Rush power up and then try and kill you. Like that's like a real ass deck now, right? Imagine like revealing the 3 cards, and it's like burst speed, burst speed, howitzer impact cyclone, and you just like pick up howitzer impact cyclone. And you look at your opponent and be like, oh, take 4. So good, so good, so cool. Moving on, we've got Swift Cross Detonator. It's a 4/3, 2 mid block, 4 mid for 4. Charge, Fury, powerful 2, combos with a Fury, so it's essentially a 5 diff, right? Combo enhance. This attack loses powerful and gains EX. X equals the rating of the lost powerful ability, period. Only playable if you have not played a powerful ability this enhanced step, period. So this is interesting. So it has powerful 2. So we could just take and combo it for the powerful to give it EX2. In Bakugo 2, it has EX4. Or the coolest play that we have, obviously, is you take and you do the combo ability, giving it the EX2, and then you use Nitro Explosion Ignition to remove it from the card pool, giving this thing powerful 2, and then you destroy and you increase the powerful up to 4 again. So it's an EX2 powerful 4 move. This card's great. This card's super, super good. The other cool thing about this card, right, is in the Earth symbol, as long as you combo with a Fury, if my opponent is at 4 health, I then proceed to All Might 1, and I will give it powerful 8. And then I will combo and give it EX8, and I'll discard my 1 momentum and give it 8 speed. And be like, 8, catch. 8. Catch, though. Really, really good. Under all 3 of these symbols, you also have Ojiro, who just gives a bunch of speed, right? And so like you give a bunch of speed and you can stack even more speed on top of it. Yeah, there's some moves here. Yeah, and the art's great. You're right, Palindrome. The art's really good. I think this card's fine. I think it's like I like the fact it's a mid block. It's probably like a one of in most decks. It's something that you don't necessarily need, but it's neat. It's beautiful at the common slot. Grenade Bracers. I'm so excited for this card. This card's so sick. I love the assets. 1/5/2 mid block, tech unique weapon, air, death, fire. Lose powerful means lose 1 instance of powerful, right? This deck loses powerful and gains EX. X equals the rating of the lost powerful ability. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, so you still have the powerful 2. If you the All Might play, right? Yeah, there might be ways to cheat around it, for sure. Huh. So in that line I said earlier. Anyways, we'll move on. Grenader Bracers. Tech unique weapon. Enhance. If you've destroyed a foundation this enhanced step, this deck is +1 damage. Insane for Bakugo 2. Actually, the thing that that character needed. That character needed something, and this is that card. This card's so good. And then enhance commit. This deck gets +1 damage for each foundation you've destroyed this turn. Period. Nuts. Actually insane. The fact this is not an ultra rare is mind-blowing to me, truthfully. This card is ultra rare statted as a 1/5/2 mid block. Seeing this card on turn, I build 5 on my turn 1. I build a bracers and 4 more foundations holding 2, and saying, yo, you got to do 20 through my 2 blocks or I'll kill you, is so good. This card is correct, actually. If I've destroyed a foundation, this enhanced step, it gets +1 damage. It also says that every time that I've destroyed a foundation with Bakugo 1, all my moves get +3 damage and not only +2. And then at the very end, I store up all of that sweat and I let it explode. This card's very cool. Not to mention, wait, chat, didn't we see already inside of the set that we got an entire package under every symbol of enhance, destroy 1 foundation, do a thing? Like under the air symbol, give your attack +1 speed, or under the death and fire symbol, mill 2 cards off of either player's deck. Didn't we get that in this set? And so now every time that I do one of those cool things, I also not only get +1 damage to do the thing, but I also get to pop all these. Does this work if I destroyed an opponent's foundation? No, because you didn't destroy an opponent's foundation. You told your opponent to destroy a foundation. Even if you get to pick the foundation, you are telling them to pick the card up and put it in their discard pile. You can't touch your opponent's cards. You can't do it. You don't get to touch them. Whenever you get to select which foundation is destroyed, it says destroy one of your opponent's foundations, you're telling them to do it. It's weird. It's weird. And the error card says destroy for +1 speed. It certainly does, doesn't it? Yeah, so every move that you want gets +1/+1. That's neato. And then last one, Sports Festival Champ, 2/5/2 mid-block, enhance commit, discard 1 card, : the damage of this non-throw attack cannot be reduced, period. You're so obvious? Not anymore. Not anymore. If they destroyed a foundation on my turn, would it work? Yes. It should. Yeah, if they destroyed one on my turn. Yeah, so like yeah. If my opponent is trying to like reset the damage and then partial block, or yeah, Sugar IQ full block, or like an evil gaze. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think this card's really cool, really niche though. It's interesting. It's interesting. I love the art. I think the art's actually hilarious. Enhance if there are if the top 3 cards of your discard pile are foundations attack, gets +1 damage, period. What a neat card. What a super cool card for Bakugo. I love that it shares all 3 of his symbols. It's got the air symbol, the earth symbol, and he shares the death symbol. This is rad. This is super cool. I think Champ is good sideboard material. I agree. I think this ability is cool. There is like under the air symbol, there's just a better version of the card. I want to say that the Ochako card, the 2/4, is just better, right? Because it doesn't make you jump through a crazy hoop. It just flips. Air, chaos, void, match, go. Fighting Spirit, response, flip after your opponent plays a non-character ability that reduces damage from an attack, cancel it. Yeah, so like Fighting Spirit's just like this card, but like under a different costed, right? It's a 4 check with a 3 mid block. But it's a responsibility, so that they like have to waste the resource, as opposed to like if I do this, they just don't do it. On air, Teaki is better than both. True. But like it gives you options on the other 2 symbols. Oh, yeah. And I think this is a really fun mini game to do with your cards. To figure out like, how do I get these 3 foundations on top? Both Bakugos destroy cards, and not to mention cool things like milling, discarding cards on top of your deck. You get to pick the order that they go in because they all 3 go at the same time, right? So if you find I guess if you found 2, I was gonna say if you found 2 foundations in an attack, you get to put the attack on bottom, but no, we actually put the attack in our hand. Yeah, it's man. This card's cool. This card's really cool. But enough about me, my opinion. What do you think? Stun Grenade, Swift Cross Detonator, Grenader Bracers, and Sports Festival Champ. How do you feel about these cards? Do you like them? Do you like the kit? My opinion is yes. I am excited to mess people up with Grenader Bracers. I think people are not ready for this card. Actually, this bottom enhance. Correct. This bottom enhance is so sick. I think it's one of the big things that Bakugo 1 was missing, right? A big, huge dunk at the end of his strings, and all of his moves get a little extra. This card is going to be a trap for a bunch of new players, though. This card is going to force a lot of new players to be like, oh shit, I get +3 damage to destroy a foundation. Blow up the whole stage. Don't pass any checks. Sick. I like them all except Champ only because of the discard pile arguments that will come, for sure. Yeah, this card says that you're no longer allowed to mess with the discard pile under 3 more symbols. We already couldn't do it under the life good all 3 more symbols. You can't mess it up. Also, it's important to note that Champ fucks up Namu. True. Hey, you better block my move. It can't be reduced. That's good. Good point. I mean, yeah, obviously the wheel runner here is like Stun Grenade. I think Stun Grenade is nuts. Evil's not too either. Correct, because of floating. You're right. But I love Bracers. I think I'm playing Bracers as much as I can. So glad this card's got the air symbol, huh? Looks like every single asset that they made has been all about I have to ban Unwavering Slash, so I get to play these assets normally. Funny stuff. Yeah, it looks like you guys are pretty happy. I'm pretty sure we got a yes on all 3 of these. You guys are liking set 3. All in all, though, I'm a fan. I think this is a good set of cards. Obviously I got my favorites and whatnot. Oh, man, these cards are gonna be nuts. I think my favorite card out of all of these is actually Conflict of Ideologies. I think this card is super good. Super good. Then followed by Grenader Bracers, and then probably followed by Stun Grenade. Yeah. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it's Blue Flame Palm Strike. Yeah, I think it's Palm Strike, and then Stun Grenade's my special thanks. What's the fourth place? Not mentions? Special mentions? Anywho. Anywho, I lost my words for a second. Thank you guys for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Honorable mentions. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you think of the cards in the comments down below. So with that, you guys, I wish you well.